And we're live.
Oh, you are looking live.
Someone's in the win column.
Good game, Justin.
Meanwhile,
I'm the only winner on this week. It feels good. It feels good. Probably still ranked the lowest, but it's fine. Guy, we love having you. Welcome on. I feel like it was only fitting to get you on after you lost, which could
that
have
was
been
so
never.
wrong. That was so wrong. I was
Might be
waiting
the
for
only
one
time
after
it
a
happens.
Yeah. There was a chance that we never got you on. You just win all the way to the end. So, got to take a good opportunity when we get it.
Got it.
But what a game! What a game between you and Kessner. Holy crap.
I have never seen so much back and forth. It was insane. At one point, to the 100th of a point, we were tied.
Yeah, I posted in chat like, how is this possible? I've never seen this before. Like, you're tied 0-0 at the start, whatever. It was like 124, whatever, to 124. It was like, what?
That was crazy.
Crazy game. And then Justin, you and I had a good game. I thought I'd run away with it, and then garbage time caught up.
I don't know. It was over on Thursday, I think.
Kyron had a good game. Yeah, I was like, oh, I've crushed him. And then Fields went nuclear in the last 6 minutes of the game. And I was like, oh, okay, we're back in it. All right, it's a game again. And then Jamar Chase sealed the deal, which was nice.
Yeah, I it wasn't a game, and I went golfing, and then it was still not. So I was like, no, nothing changed for me. It's still not great.
But I will say it does feel good to be in this is how you felt the last month and a half, Guy? This feeling of euphoria?
This was a very good feeling, and I'm concerned. Hope it's not over, man.
Well,
you know how it works. We're getting right about to that week 6 drop-off.
Get your bids in ready, boys. Guys, team is coming flying apart. Well, we've got a great list of rankings, tons of movement on the board. I do want to talk briefly about some waiver additions because there were some true snipes this week. Like Justin firing $5 in for Travis Hunter. Wait, no one else bid on Travis Hunter. He's just back on the team. He's back on the team, Justin.
I'm in. Now I'm in.
now you're in. I think you've spent a collective $13 or $14 on this guy. You just
No, it's been I think it's 7 or 9. It's
okay, all right. But there were a couple true snipes. Guy, you sniped Santos for the exact dollar amount, and it went down to waiver priority.
Yep.
Rare to see. That's kind of fun. And there was another one like that. I think there was actually Josh Kessner wins the Denver Bronco bid, but I'm assuming, Justin, because you had the Patriots bid higher. So that's fun. And then Mason Taylor, a true snipe by Josh Kobayashi, $1 higher than Josh Kessner. Glorious. I don't know why I love stuff like that. You snipe me, Guy, for the Jags defense, $1 for 0, but hey, we take it. A $1 snipe is a $1 snipe.
Snipe is a snipe.
Yeah, snipe is a
exactly.
snipe. It goes in the win column. So fun stuff. This is a fun waiver, and let's pour one out for Amari DiMercado. Dropping the touchdown was like dropping that $40 of fab you spent on him, right?
What a disaster. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I mean, so it was that whole backfield was a question mark. I think we briefly talked about it last week, but because Carter was on the practice squad, so it was maybe you want the guy that they've held on to on the active roster. But unfortunate turn of events.
It honestly could be a blessing in disguise because, Guy, if he scores that touchdown, you probably keep him on the roster, right? But he's probably actually not all that usable.
Exactly.
I'm just shocked he still has a job. I know you cut him to the curb, but the Cardinals might want to do that too. You see that Jonathan Gannon got fined for his altercation?
Yes. Yeah.
$100,000. That is a big chunk of change.
Thank
I'm
you,
sure the
Heavenly
ownership
Right.
is just like, oh yeah, that's.
The
we
ownership
were,
doesn't care.
they're like, we get our money back.
Yeah.
We get our money back.
All right. Well, like I said, we are at the week 6 turn. So, luckily, Guy, you have 4 wins, so we should avoid nuking the team. I hope.
Yeah, so far, yeah.
So far, so good. But let's dive into rankings. And do we need to talk about Mark 12?
What an appropriate team name. That's all I can say. The Sad Lads.
Justin, give me some hope. Is there some hope on this team?
There's no hope.
Zippy.
I mean, so like,
Lad's not even on the team anymore. Sorry.
I know.
I mean, like the team has had a lot of injuries, so like he will get CeeDee Lamb back and Brock Bowers back at some point. The problem is that Mark is not, like I think we mentioned before, Mark is not a high churn manager, and that's kind of what you need right here. I mean, he has the most fab in the league with the worst. That's not a good look. You know, when you are losing games, you got to use that money. You got to use it, and there's been only $11 spent on the entire season, so there is no hope.
I think he spent it all on Tua too. Yeah, I was talking with Mark. He did a couple trades last week between you and I know that he's got like a bunch of life stuff going on, and he was like, of course, the week that life stuff hits, I don't check that the Niners are playing Thursday and Brock Purdy is declared out that morning, and I just didn't get, I'm like thinking I got the weekend to myself, and then it's all cooked. So better luck next year, Mark. Keep your losing streak going against me this week, please, and thank you. Don't worry, Guy. You'll get a piece of Mark. Don't you worry.
We all will.
Everyone gets a piece. Don't you worry. His lucky division mates that get him twice.
That would be me. Yeah.
Oh my God! Come on, man! Come on! Wait, I'm sniffing it out. He's got these easy wins. Okay, Mark's at 12. No surprise. No change. We do have a new number 11, and I have him at 11. Justin has himself at 11. Guy, you
had
have
myself
him
at 11 for quite a while.
Oh yeah, it's true. Guy, you have him at 9. So I want to actually pick your brain. Why are you not high? Because 9 is not high.
Who are we talking about?
It's Justin Kobe.
Me.
Oh, sorry. All right, hang on a second. Let me go find him here. There he is. Okay. So here are my issues. Number one, I don't feel that Jacoby and Ladd makes for a very strong wide receiver core, right? That was the first issue. Worthy was out targeted by what's his name, Thornton?
Right? Yes, Tyquan Thornton. Yes.
Yeah, out targeted this last game, which seemed a little on the surprising side.
Do we think that was due to the surprise? Because didn't he Monday morning get declared questionable with a shoulder injury, even though everyone said he was going to play anyway?
Don't know.
Okay.
Don't know. I mean, maybe, but I'm just saying, that's kind of like different players.
Correction. Xavier Worthy out targeted Tyquan Thornton 9-5.
Was it out receptions then?
No, double the reception, 6-3.
What about yards?
Okay.
Give me something.
He did out yard him 90-42. There it is.
I knew there was something good there. But yeah. But anyway, yeah. So the one thing I would say is, you got a nice QB combination. Fields is really strong. Frankly, I think I'd be playing him over Caleb, but not this week. I see what you're doing there. Denver. I mean, Denver. Holy smokes! Nobody wants to go against Denver these days. But I mean, there are pieces there, but there are also some pieces that are still out, like Evans and Jennings. So probably could have rated him a little better, but I don't think it's too bad. And eventually you will get Aaron Jones back.
You like it more than we do. Me and Justin have Justin at 11, so you have him at 9. We have him at 11, and I love that you said all the negative things about this team because I think Justin and I agree. Justin, you.
I mean, like I've mostly because rated myself just because like I don't have a lot of wins. The team's not performing, but like I am like somewhat hopeful in the sense that the underlying like a lot of the peripherals they look good. Like a lot of like getting a lot of my players are getting volume. They're just not getting big games right now. Like Trey McBride has gotten tons of volume. He just hasn't put together big games. Same thing for Barkley. Like tons of volume, just not big games. So I think there is, and like to start the season, my top 3 wide receivers were all injured. So I've had nothing at the wide receiver position, and they're gonna like other teams like that we'll talk about later are running into injuries. Mine are actually getting healthier. I just got Xavier Worthy back. I think I'll get Juwan Jennings back this week, in which case he's going straight into the starting lineup. Yeah. And I think Mike Evans is expected back within the next week or two. So, whereas like other people are declining, I could be ascending. That's the hope. But
there are some glass cannon builds we'll get to for sure. For sure. But Justin is at 11.
Yeah. Okay. The other thing I would say about Justin before we go, just again why I ranked him higher. You look at Barkley and Dobbins as a pair. That's RB9 and 11 on the season so far. That's not a bad combination.
Yeah, it's one of the best running back rooms in the league. Yeah, and Harvey is closing in, not quite there yet, but closing in on standalone value. At worst, is a premier backup. Like if Dobbins gets hurt, which he never plays a full season, Harvey's just going to eat. So, you're absolutely right. The RB room is nice.
Yeah.
All right, Ben is at 10. In reverse fashion, Justin and I have Ben at 9. Guy, you have Ben at 11, but I easily could have put him down here because he doesn't have a running back 2 right now. He's the rookie to the league, Javonte fan since 701. The Javonte Williams fan might be the best draft pick of the draft. Maybe. But the rest of the team is kind of garbage. Hassan Haskins in because Amari Hampton is hurt. Chris Olave, DJ Moore, gross. Hopefully Chubb gets playing time again, but with how Rico Dowdle played so well, with Chubb coming back off injury, that could be a genuine time split, and no one wants that. And other than
they were already in a timeshare before.
Yeah, like now it's a huge problem. And other than Justin Jefferson, who will make anything work with anybody, there's literal no receivers. It's kind of a disaster. I kind of see why you have an 11. Maybe I should have put him down.
Well, I mean, he does have Justin Jefferson on the bench from last week's bye, so that certainly helps.
I think it's this week's bye. I think he's playing him right now.
Is it?
Yeah, I think he's on bye right now.
Okay.
So, but other than Justin Jefferson, I'm not excited about any of these receivers. DJ Moore, Chris Olave, Jerry Jeudy, Higgins from the Texans. Yep. He got a touchdown. I don't know. Not exciting. So, not a great start for the Rook. Is this a team, guy, that you may think you might start prowling around, maybe trying to pick off Javonte Williams, who he just sniped you in that draft? I mean, if he had just fallen, he would have just fallen.
Don't get me started. Yeah.
or a Jalen Hurts. What you think this is someone you might go after in trades, or is this team just
I have no interest in those guys. No.
Wink, 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 wink.
That's funny. So Ben, you're at 10. Get healthy, but it's not looking pretty. The Amari Hampton injury hurts this team a ton. Not that the team has a lot of firepower, but we don't even know if it's going to be Haskins. It could be Vidal. It could be a split. Not great.
It's a mess.
All right. Moving on. JT is at 9. And curiously enough, so I've got him at 10. Justin has him at 7. Guy, you have him at 6. And I'm curious, Guy, what you see in JT's team. So I'll read it out for you.
Okay.
Bo Nix in the starting lineup, Devon Achane, A.J. Brown, Jalen Waddle, Ja'Cory Kroski Merritt breakout game, A.J. Brown, DK Metcalf, and then a bunch of nobodies on the bench, including Trayvon Henderson. He's a nobody.
Yep.
What are you thinking?
So I probably, and by the way, I did the rankings in seconds. So
Classic rankers fashion. I asked you.
It's the only way we do it.
Yeah.
What can I say? I think in retrospect, I probably would have dropped in probably another 2 slots. But what I do like, obviously, Achan's great. Waddle is the man now in Miami. And of course, he's got Tua throwing to him. But, it still works, with Tyreek gone. Waddle's going to get a lot of balls thrown his way. Brown, I mean, what can Brown do for you these days? It's nothing. I don't understand. I don't understand what they're thinking in Philly, but hey, eventually that's going to turn.
I was going to talk about this. Do you think that eventually Philadelphia figures it out?
I do. Okay. It's going to happen, and obviously not good for somebody, but the catalyst could be if Barkley gets hurt. Yeah,
that would definitely do it.
Yep. No, but seriously, I mean, he's been hurt before. It could happen again. So that to me is the kind of catalyst that would suddenly make Brown viable again. But for now, there's definitely not much going on there. And Bill Crossview, I don't know if that was just a fluke, or if that really is the start of something for him. I really hope it's a fluke, because I traded Krosky Merritt away, and I hope he goes back to mediocrity next week, because he's been nothing but mediocre until this last week.
Well, I'd love to hear Justin's opinion on that too, because I think it's the breakout game. I think that he established himself as the starter. I think part of his mediocrity was a genuine time split with Rodriguez and McNichols, and he kind of this week said, "Give me the rock. I know how to play football." But Justin, what's your take on that?
I mean, yeah, I would agree. It highest snap share of the season. Yeah. Started the game, first snap. Rodriguez got no carries. It would seem to me that it was the breakout. Sorry, guy, but
no, I understand.
But you still got
valuable. Yeah.
Rashad White, right? It was Rashad White
extremely valuable, especially for your team.
Right.
So it's not. I don't think it's a huge deal, because I think given your team and the 2 backs that you have, you needed to handcuff one of them. That was necessary, because you don't need crazy depth. You already have crazy depth. We'll get there.
So, the glass cannon builds weren't talking about you. We're not talking about you. No, I can see it. I definitely think you're onto something with Waddle. I think my only concern is the double Dolphins.
The double Dolphins. They're not going to play the Panthers every week.
Right. It kind of limits your overall weekly output. But Merritt is a big get here. And this is somewhat of a glass cannon in terms of the depth. It's not great, but the starting lineup is solid. And he's 3-2.
Well, and the other thing is Henderson is going to be used eventually. Eventually, they'll realize that when you have Stevenson fumbling every week, you can't give him the ball. It's going to come to an end. Henderson will get his chance.
Gibson did tear his ACL, so
that's right. He's gone, so it's coming. It's coming.
All right, you heard it here, JT. Hold on. All right, moving on. We got Sam at 8. Sam's at 8. Coming off of a win versus Santos, declaring himself the winner of their trade. The players he got in that trade outperformed the players that Santos got. And I could only imagine Santos in that game cheering on his Patriots as they murdered his starting at fantasy quarterback. Just utterly in pain. But Sam gets it done. And the team is, it's coming around. He's making moves. Justin, tell me what you like about this guy, what you don't. Talk to me.
Well, I don't like the quarterback. I do kind of like the running backs. I think Scatterbo is going to be interesting with Tyrone Tracy coming back this week. Interested to see how that works it out. Wide receivers are good. Tight end we thought was good, and tight end is not good. Tight end is not good.
It's over. The Johnson is over.
Yep, that's a problem, because there is no other tight ends on the roster. Am I reading on site? Yep, that's right.
Yep.
Stefan Diggs. Hey, that's something. So the flex. So yeah, so the onesies. That's a problem. And that's why like I have him. I have Sam lower. I think I have lowest.
You have him at 10.
And the bench is like a bunch of nothing. Like
the bench is a bunch of nothing. Correct.
Like, sure, Recky Pearsall once he's healthy, but
Pollard's going to get you 8 every week. He's a
Pollard
great 4-play.
Yeah,
he's not a ceiling play. He's a 4-play.
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's got T. Higgins on the bench. They just got picked up Joe Flacco, Mr. Ancient himself, behind that terrible offensive line. That'll fix it.
Mm-hmm. Huge.
He will not be upright for long. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I think Genty coming into his own is definitely a boon.
Yes.
I think that you hit it right on the Justin, though. I don't know if I would tie my fantasy dreams to the Giants offense, but here we are. Sam is doing it. Malik Neighbors less Giants offense.
I will say those two players are a lot of fun to root for, though.
Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Scatabo is a wild man. He's crazy,
dude. I love that man.
Guy,
win the job. Come on,
yeah,
come on, Skip.
Absolutely, yeah. Put Tyrone Tracy on the bench. Guy, anything else you want to add here?
No, I just think it's an up and coming team. You know, they've got some pieces, but I think he needs to start trading for some pieces, particularly tight end. Yeah, and by the way, have you noticed the tight end is incredibly strong this year? I mean, honestly, I think there are a lot of solid tight ends. Usually it's the top 3 and then a drop off that's so huge you can't even imagine.
The
Not
pool
this year.
is somewhat unpredictable, but also deeper than anticipated.
Yeah, much.
So yeah, because the top 2 guys, like you said, Justin McBride really hasn't given me that breakout game. He's been fine.
Mm-hmm.
Bowers has been terrible, the projected tight end 1. But then you have guys like
Kittle's injured.
Warren and Kraft.
Warren is
he'll be
phenomenal.
Back.
Kraft. Darren Waller is popping off after he's come back. I mean, freaking Stinky Pitts has been a solid play. I mean, I don't think he's ever dropped me below 8. Like, for a tight end, I'm fine with it. You know, like, give me some points. Don't goose me. Don't be a Zach Ertz. Don't be a TJ Hawkinson. Sam Laporta, who's been absolutely detrimental in this last week, whereas, you know, Jake Ferguson has been on fire.
Yep.
Absolutely right. So yeah, go get a tight end, Sam, and maybe you'll climb up. And a quarterback.
Yeah.
All right. I'm at 7. Huge gain. I'm up 4 spots. Let's go. I've got myself at 7. Justin, you have me at 6. Guy, you have me at 10. I don't hate it.
I'm sorry, man. Well,
no, go ahead. Let it rip.
All right. So clearly, you know, you have a very strong quarterback tandem, right? Between Prescott and Love. They're going to, doesn't matter if one of them goes down, the other one's just fine. Cook is very solid. Kyron Williams is solid. Chase has been a train wreck relative to his draft position because the team can't get the ball out, you know. And I don't know if it's going to get any better with Flacco. So that was the issue there.
Absolutely.
Thomas, nothing going on there because Lawrence is pathetic. So, I mean, honestly, Thomas, it's just sad. I mean, everyone thought that he was just going to be a monster this year, and he's not. So, and Swift, yeah, he's okay as a flex, but I think that's the position where you need a little bit of a boost. Waller, what a breakout. I mean, the only question for me on Waller is, you know, he's one of those over 30 guys. Yeah, he got the year break, and others have done it. I mean, Gronk did it. He came back and played nicely for Tampa for a year or two. So it can be done, but I just wonder if he's going to break down in a couple of weeks just because he's been out for a long time, and now he's back, and he's old. So who knows?
Yeah, I agree. I think the weakness of my team is the flex position because
But when Rice comes back, when you get I was just gonna say when you get Rice back, you're gonna be cooking. But and I can't stand Jameson Williams. I have him in my other league, and what a disappointment! Holy cow! Yeah.
Every week, I feel like other than this last week, every week I'm like, there's the play, it's happening, and then it's over his head, and I'm like, I just want one, just one. He's been a huge flop, huge disappointment. But yeah, if Rice comes back, Chase to me, Justin, you can correct me if I'm wrong. Chase to me has become super high variance. So I drafted him at the number one overall position, hoping for a high floor, high ceiling. Now there's no floor, high ceiling. Which is like, I got the 26-point game this week. I got the 32-point game 2 weeks ago. And then I can also get the 5 and the 8-point games, which are not fun. But I'm okay with having a high variance player if the rest of the team has a solid floor. And I feel like Rice is going to solidify that for me in the receiving room.
Right.
And then I got the cupcake matchup with Mark this week to survive until Rice gets back. I'm feeling good. We're back, boys. We are full back, full send. We're winning it all. I get you next week, Guy. That's a hard
That'll
game.
be fun. That'll be fun.
That's a disaster. I'll probably crash out. But after that, we're off to the races. Okay? I can survive one more loss, I think. A huge win over Justin this week. Huge. Absolutely huge. Justin, you want to add anything? I'm excited.
No.
I will say, I spent like $45 in Fab, I think, last week. They all hit. Prescott hit, Waller hit, and I got a good play out of my defense. So I felt like the Prescott was a 17-point difference between him and Murray. Totally worth the almost $30 in Fab that I spent.
Well, I don't know about it was worth that you got. I guess you could have probably spent less, and so it's kind of still jury's still out. I mean, I think Prescott's going to be good for the next couple weeks, but whole year we'll see. But being only at $6 is with the rest of the season to go.
It's overrated. It's overrated. I'll find my gems. Don't worry. No, I mean in terms of just that week. If you told me you could spend $45 and get a win, I'm doing that every time. I'm doing that every time. I'm not second guessing anything. I guess
you can only do that two times in a season.
At 0-4, we have to start somewhere. Okay, we have to start somewhere. True. Yeah. So very, very happy about that. All right. Enough about me. Moving on. Jacob's at 6. We all pretty much have him there. 6, 8, 8. Crushing loss to Ken because Ken went absolutely nuclear. But I do believe Jacob was still in bottom half of scoring, so it wasn't a change in his predicted. No. So, and this is a team that needs Derrick Henry to be Derrick Henry. He gets Josh Davis back, thank God. Last week he had to play Derrick Henry and Pacheco just because Jacobs was on bye. And not that it would have mattered because Ken went absolutely nuclear, so you can kind of hope, I know if I was in that situation, I'm like, oh boy, I scored my lowest against the dude crash, just going crazy. I can get that game out of the way. But Henry has not been there, and I don't think he's going to be for the next couple of weeks, at least until Lamar comes back. Henry is very good when they're winning the ball game, and the Rams might not win one for the next month.
You mean the Ravens?
So the Ravens, because they play the Rams this week. That's an L. They go on bye. Obviously, you can't win on bye. Chicago, if Lamar's not back, they're up and coming. They're surging. And then hopefully you're squeaking it out against Miami. Hopefully Lamar's back. So Henry might be a trade for target after the Chicago game. I don't know. It's also kind of poking at our trade deadline. So, but can Jacob survive? He's 2-3. The receiver room is fine. Keenan Allen and the Chargers are slowing down without a run game, so that's something to keep an eye on. And he's playing Rashid Shaheed this week. I've just realized, Justin, you might have a little win on your hands here, buddy.
I don't know about that. Well, this team does not want to win.
I'll be watching this game with great interest. But Patrick Mahomes has been a revelation for fantasy.
He came on like gangbusters. Yep.
I feel like the community has been projecting this for years, and the 1 year they were like, forget it. No more Patrick Mahomes the top 5. He was like, I can run for 60 yards a game. Watch me.
Yeah.
He's been absolutely on fire.
Leading Kansas City rusher, Patrick Mahomes.
I mean, that's a recipe for success right there. He's the number 2 overall player as well. QB, number 2 overall player. So Jacobs has a lot of points. Guy, if you were in Jacob's shoes, what are the moves you're making?
Oh my gosh. I think the first thing I would do is trade away Henry to somebody who thinks he has future value.
Okay.
Because I don't.
Sure. Absolutely.
I really don't.
Not Guy.
This is
Not to me.
Yeah, don't bother. Don't bother. Because I look at Henry as this last year was his last good year. He's now in the decline. That's my view of the guy. He has hit the age wall, and he's now on the decline. So I would get rid of him, and I'd get a real wide receiver one because he doesn't have one. I mean, Adams is good, but I mean, think about him just in terms of each team. Adams is a wide receiver 2 on the team. Keenan Allen, yeah, you could say he's wide receiver 1, but kind of. Cooper Kupp, wide receiver
33-year-old Keenan Allen.
I know. Cooper Kupp, wide receiver 2. Jordan Addison, wide receiver 2. He's got no wide receiver 1s to speak of. So that, to me, that's one of his biggest holes right now, is just not having a solid, legit WR1. And someone out there is going to still see value in Henry and give him a reasonable return, wide receiver, maybe you could do a double trade and get some sort of running back.
Yeah, RB receiver back.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, he was the 12th overall pick, and the first week he had it, he was showing all signs, guns a-blazing. 9 yards a carry, 18 carries, 2 touchdowns.
And then the wheels came off, and now he's RB 21. So, yeah.
Right. Absolutely. I love the process there. Goddard has been working out for him.
Yeah. Yep.
So
he's solid.
Yeah. I think he kind of falls into that, what we talked about, the tight end group that was unpredictable but solid.
Yep.
All right. Justin, anything else there?
Nope.
Ken's at 5. Huge game for Ken. He's in South Africa. He's been in South Africa for the last month. I don't know about you guys, but I've been poking the bear because he's been losing. So I've been, hey, I want to trade for some of these players. And he kept saying, "Just give me. I need to see the team a couple more weeks." Okay, and then now there's no chance. There's no hope. Went absolutely crazy. Who needs Chase Brown when you have Christian McCaffrey and Deebo Samuel, who is a Ken guy? Like, Ken has always been about some Deebo.
For sure. Yeah.
He goes to Washington. It's working out for him. He's a wide receiver 7, only one game under double digits. Jake Ferguson has been a stud. Ken just went 156 with 2 tight ends in the starting lineup. Like, think about that.
He's doing it again.
And he's going to do it again. And it's the right call. It's the right call. I'll tell you this. Jalen Warren's a solid player. Alvin Kamara hurt his ankle this week in practice.
Yeah, he's out. He's out this week. Yeah.
So Kendre Miller gets huge value here for Ken, and Mark is in trouble yet again. This team is on the rise. He might be higher than 5 in the next coming weeks if he keeps stringing in some wins.
The only weakness again is Brown and Devonta Smith. They're both definitely a weakness. I'll leave it at that. Yeah, but you're right. Very, very impressive turnaround for this team.
I think that honestly, you probably play Warren over Brown, and you wouldn't even notice. I think that you try to trade McLaurin, right? Like, try to get rid of the double stack receivers.
Yeah.
There's probably someone there's a wide receiver 1 for Jacob.
There you go.
You could sell. You know what I mean? Like, here, he's been injured, but he's coming back. He's got the rapport with Daniels. You can try to make that deal. So yeah, try to solidify the room. And then Baker Mayfield's just, I don't know. I love watching Baker Mayfield play. I've said it before. I'll say it again. He's like maybe my favorite player in the NFL. Gosh, I love watching him play. Just the moxie. Justin, how does it feel watching Darnold and Baker go at it as a Panthers fan this week?
We don't really try to think about that.
I think it feels the same way it's going to feel after Young goes to another team. He's going to light it up somewhere else. You just know.
Watch. Next year, the Vikings are going to pick him up as their 3rd string. He's going to beat out McCarthy for the starting job. Everyone's going to be like, "What are you talking about?" And Kevin O'Connell's like, "I've done it again." Oh, painful.
No, I'm kind of. I don't think Bryce, like, the coaching was legitimately awful when Baker and Darnold were around. I think Dave Canales is actually an okay coach. I just don't think Bryce Young has it. I saw more out of Baker and Darnold when they were going than I've seen out of Bryce Young.
Yeah, brutal. All right, moving on. It's we're in the top 4. There has been some changes, but not this one. 4 is still Santos. Santos stays at 4 after the loss, which is huge. Santos is 2-3, I believe, and still at number 4. That is some mad respect on the team because I believe we all have him. Yep, we all have him at 4. We all agree this is the 4th best team in the league. And how can you not?
-2 in expected wins, so he's been unlucky.
Yeah.
Been unlucky with the team. Josh Allen, Quidshawn Judkins, Amon-Ra St.
Stud.
Brown.
Stud.
They're phenomenal. The bench is entirely suspect and shouldn't be rostered, but the starting lineup is phenomenal. Zay Flowers will get it back when Lamar gets back. And I'm not a fan of Dylan Gabriel at quarterback for Cleveland, and I don't know Santos' affinity with Browns players, but he loves them.
3 Browns players.
He's got 4 Browns players. He has 4 Browns players. He has Ford, Bond, Fannin, and Judkins.
Oh, 4. Oh, my gosh.
Can I put him back down to 5?
Yeah. I'm rethinking the rankings. But Etienne seems to be a solid RB2 to Judkins 1. I'm telling you right now. RB1, Quidshawn Judkins.
Yeah.
And like I said, I didn't like Dylan Gabriel, but Bond was getting a ton of targets that game, and maybe that chemistry, he becomes a player. I don't know. Maybe Santos is onto something. Who knows? But yeah, we all love it. Tell me something I missed. This team's great.
No, it's a very solid team. I think this coming week, the other thing that could be at risk for him is St. Brown might miss the week. So he hurt his wrist.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Who's
so that could hurt.
Oh, he's playing Josh. This is not the team to go against empty-handed.
Nope.
Ooh.
Yeah, and then you follow the potential of being at 2 and 4. Me and Santos could legitimately have the same.
Wouldn't that be something? I'm hoping to be 2 and 4.
Have you seen the meme that's going around that has it's got the Chiefs record at 2 and 3, and it's some guy who looks like he's like, well, for lack of a better term,
like
really preppy.
Yeah.
And then you got Carolina also at 2 and 3, and it's got, I can't remember who's the golfer who like smokes the big stogie. And it's just like redneck versus high class, and that's kind of like where this is going. I'll have to send you guys the meme. It's pretty funny.
I've seen it. It's hilarious. Yeah. No, absolutely. Yeah. Sanders is going to be potentially staring at a 2 and 4 record going, is it time to pull a guy? Is it time to sell everybody?
There's always next year.
There's always next year. I mean, Santos was the only full-on tanker last year, so that would be bad. But like you said, Justin, unlucky. The starting roster.
And just a reminder to everybody, like as it stands right now, the last team into the playoffs is 2 and 3.
And it is Santos.
Yeah, it's because it's Santos. So even Mark, 2 games out of a playoff spot right now. Like anything can happen. Like because Guy, you, Josh, and Kestner have kind of beat up on the rest of the league. Like all the playoff spots are very much up for grabs because everybody does not have a great record right now. And even like for example, JT, who's at like 3 and 2, in expected wins, he's +2. So
he's gotten very lucky.
He's gotten very lucky. So if that regresses, like, oh man, like any playoff spot is legitimately up for grabs, except for the 3 teams that are like beating up on the league. So, it'll be interesting.
Yeah, us bottom halfers, not to talk to you top enders, Guy, are kind of hoping you stay dominant because it'll keep the field open.
Mm-hmm.
Other than when we play.
Go Guy.
Go. Well, speaking of, right? So we'll get to Guy. You're not at 3. Oh, see, almost got you. Not at 3. Josh is at 3, and he is
Josh Kobe or Josh
Kobe.
Yeah.
Josh Kobe. He is 5-0.
Yep.
But he's at 3 because, let's face it, the top 2 players just played each other. So one of them had to be 4-1. Like, let's throw that out there. All right, Josh, before you come after us, there was no getting away from it. One of them had to be 4-1. It just had to happen, okay? But Josh Kobayashi's at 3, and talk about a glass cannon. Let's talk about it. Puka Nacua probably should have gone number 1 overall. The other guy who probably should have gone number 1 overall, if you want to compare it, also on this team. It's Jonathan Taylor. Probably should have gone number 1 overall. One of those two.
Stud.
Awesome. Abuka. Oh, fantastic.
Stud.
I mean, no, stud. But that's it. Like that. like Pittman's been fine. He's playing Stafford, I guess. Herbert has turned into a nothing burger. Woody Marks did not win the job. A.O. Minor has not turned into anything. Hawkinson is a dud. He's got Kamani Vidal on the bench. Good luck. He's got Charbonnet starting. Like, if he falls in the end zone, I guess you're happy. Like the team, there's these 3 premier players, and they are they're top of the top, and the rest of the team is bad. And Josh is just gonna ride him because
it's worked so far.
As long as Puka doesn't get hurt, JT, both injury-prone players, but playing very fine right now, looking strong. As long as they stay strong, this team doesn't go anywhere. Like, they keep winning because they're that good. But as soon as one does, like, it's over. It's over. And the problem with having such a weak bench is there's no one to acquire. Like, you have to then just spend draft capital because
you want to talk about a team that can like, when you talk about buying, there's like, well, it helps me a little bit. You want to talk about buying? It's going to help Josh a lot if he buys.
Right. Yeah. He has draft capital, so he has a finite amount because he has no players to send, so it's just draft capital. And and there's this kind of like risk reward because if you get a deal, let's say he gets another stud, let's say he gets another quality player, and he spends a good chunk of draft capital, and then one of his guys actually goes down. All of a sudden, was it worth it? Like you have this quandary of like, did I just shotgun some draft capital into the sun on a roster that's just not going to get it done in the back end of the year because I've lost one of my top 1 dudes, literally one of ones.
Well, you could also look at it as like Josh doesn't need to buy top end talent, which you don't have to. People are more willing to part with because they're going to feel like they can compete with. Like, you can buy bench players.
Yes,
and that's probably
breakout players, bench players, underperformers.
You're going to get a deal on them because they're not high end talent. People are more willing to part with them. So like, I think he's actually in a pretty good position just because like you can take those opportunities. Like, you can just start. Like, for example, I made a deal for like Lad McConkey. All it cost me was a 7th round pick. Like, there's nothing. It's like Josh can make like 3 of those deals.
Yeah,
and not even spend high-end draft capital, and that would be huge for the
straight
team.
Up 6 for RB2, bottom 2, top end 3 flex play. Like, those deals are out there. Like, there are teams that are going to make those trades, and maybe we shouldn't be saying this, and Josh shouldn't be thinking about this, and let's just leave him as a glass cannon. So hopefully someone gets hurt, and we can sayonara to the championship number 4 because that's horrifying. As the league commissioner, I don't want this to happen. Josh, you got to go down the rankings, buddy. We can't have you win another one. All right, it's not great. Talk about marriage luck. Goodness. But yeah, Puka Nacua, Jonathan Taylor, they're ridiculous. Jonathan Taylor, week 1, 11 points, then 28, 31, 30. Puka Nacua, 18, 23, 17, 29. 19, like, Puka Nacua is the 4th overall player. Like, not just, he's the number one receiver, the 4th overall player. It's insane. But yeah, glass cannon squad. All right, Guy. You're at 2. You've dropped 1.
I'm shocked.
It's only
fitting. I thought I'd be 3. I thought I'd be 3.
It's only fitting. You played the number 1 ranked team. Okay, you played the team that beat you. I think it's only fair. Justin still has you at 1, by the way. Justin still is a true believer.
I appreciate it, man.
I got you at 2. You have yourself at 3.
You
don't
put
do
up
that.
like 120. What was it? 125 last week. Why would I change my assessment for a team that went 125?
Without Bucky, you like.
Well, and the worst part was I made a last minute decision not to put in McMillan, and I put in what's his name? Johnston, and I would have won if I just kept McMillan in.
Ugh.
So very sad.
I mean, I don't hate that play, by the way. I think Johnson's been an absolute stud.
Yeah, but I knew that Lattimore was shadowing him, and that was going to be a problem because he doesn't have the skill for that kind of coverage. So
I see. But the team is good. Talk to us about your run. Talk to us about your year. You have the deep. This team is still, in my opinion, the deepest. It's still the strongest from end to end. I know you're dealing with injuries right now, but you're still performing because you had the depth, and your injuries are not season long.
Right. Yeah. No, I will say I'm very pleased with this team. I'm thankful that Daniels wasn't hurt for long, but I will say I don't think he's going to perform anywhere near as well as he did last year. I think he looks scared on the field, so I'm a little concerned about how he's going to perform rest of the season. I think if he has a nice, comfortable game this weekend, I know it's never going to be comfortable against the Bears, but if he doesn't get knocked around and doesn't feel like his legs are at risk, I think that'll bode well for the future. But if he gets knocked down much, I think that's going to be trouble for his, remainder of season. Gibbs, God, I love the guy. Every year,
So good.
any team, any league, if I can get Gibbs, I'm a happy guy. I'm very thankful I got Rashad White, because like you guys said, I needed that piece, to back up Bucky. And sure enough, when Bucky went down, I had to go get Rashad. So that worked out very well this last week. Man, I must say between Njigba and Wilson, I wasn't as high on them in the draft as I probably should have been. I was very happy to get them, but I still felt like I didn't get one of those really top guys, and yet they've turned out to be an excellent pair.
Wide
And then,
receiver 4 and 5.
yeah,
Studs.
exactly, yeah, unexpected. I expected them to be both somewhere around 12 and 13,
Sure.
or something like that. So
Fringe
anyway,
ones, strong wide receiver
yeah,
twos. Yeah.
exactly. And then between Warren and Kraft, super happy about that tandem. So if one goes down, still got the other. And then as far as the other, on the bench, Goff is still a strong backup. I'm uncomfortable with him as a starter because he's very, there's a lot of variance. He's not steady. So one week he'll have a fabulous game, and he'll score like 25 points, 30 points, whatever. And next week he'll do 12. So
Right.
little, you definitely can't depend on him. So I'll get Bucky Irving back soon. McMillan, I know his touchdowns are coming, even though he's got Bryce thrown to him. The TDs are coming, and then he's just going to be lights out once he starts getting in the end zone. And even if he doesn't, I got Ayuk, who will eventually be back on the field, and I'm hoping that he will, get, back to most of his former form. So yeah,
Well,
very happy
and the
with the
steal
team.
of the waiver wire, like we were poking fun at the $45 bid for DeMarcado. The $5 you spent on Quinton Johnson are the best $5 spent all year. He's the wide receiver 8. He had one bad week.
Yep.
There are tons of teams that would love to make him a staple in their wide receiver 1-2 room, and you can flex him because you have the depth.
And Benson will be back eventually. That's the other piece.
Yeah, so, and I think that was the kind of piece that made the Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt trade even better, because Merritt's only other value to you, because you're not gonna play him just because of how your roster is. You'll never be able to put him in your lineup unless the guy's on bye. And like that was the only okay, I got Irving or Gibbs on bye. I need a player, and Benson should fill that role because I believe, and I'll have to look at it. I believe both these other buys are later in the year. Benson should be back. And it makes the total sense because now you can lock up that spot because Rashad is so valuable in that offense. And the odds of getting Montgomery, if you went the other way, are going to cost you way more because he's almost a startable player by himself.
Right.
So yeah, I thought it was a great trade for both of you. I know, I know. Like if you had Merritt in the lineup, I think you win. But like I think you're 4-1 against a really good team. A great decision for rest of season. It's just the team's so good, guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I do love this team.
All right. We put Kestner. Me, guy, put Kestner at 1. Justin, you put him at 2. I put him at 1 purely because he defeated the behemoth that was Guy to Blank, and thus allowed him to be on the podcast. So kudos to Kestner. But you want to talk about Glass Cannon Bills? I mean, kudos for Kestner for finding Sam Darnold's 28-point game off the waiver wire.
Oh man.
And I mean, we've never doubted Josh Kestner's managing ability. He's a phenomenal manager, but like, what is this bench, dude? Why is Ridley? I mean, I guess Ridley had an okay game last year. Why is Trey Harris still on this bench?
I don't know.
Why did we cut Darnold and leave what we need to hold on to Trey Harris? Algiers is a good backup, or handcuff, I guess. And I will say, he's building that depth. The Goddard for Harrison trade was a good trade. It gives him a solid wide receiver 2 to mess with his flex, to put in for buys. And the Odunze breakout is here. But I'm not a fan of Jordan Mason. I know, Justin, you weren't. That's why you traded him away. We've already talked about how Ridley is terrible. I feel like he's a little more. Unlike Josh Kobayashi, where the full starting lineup has more of a spread of that strength as opposed to just being targeted big dudes. It still feels like a weaker team overall. But that being said, he's number 1. He's ranked number 1. Not to take anything away, you're ranked number 1, Kestner. I'm saying all these things about Glass Cannon Bill, but you're the best team in the league. So.
Top scoring team by like 40 points.
Yeah, huge. And he just did that, by the way, without Robinson, without Odunze, without Lamar Jackson. Yep. They're all back.
Exactly. Well, Lamar's probably not back.
Oh yeah, I think you're right. But otherwise,
yeah. And he doesn't have a QB on the bench, which means he'll be hitting the trade or the waiver wire this week. And he's very lucky at the person who just got put on the waiver wire. I don't know if you guys noticed who got dropped. Danny Dimes.
I did.
Danny Dimes.
Oh, you think Danny Dimes is a play
for this week? Sure.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Arizona's a good matchup. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, that's a great matchup.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, great job, Kestner. Justin, you have anything else to say here?
No. I mean, Rico
Suave. I mean, Justin, you have him lowest out of all us.
Me.
Guy and I have him at 1. You have him at 2. Talk down on this team. I'm just joking.
Well, no, I can't. I'm not. There's nothing like I I like Guy's team more. Like
right.
There's nothing I don't like about Kestner's team. I think it's a phenomenal team. I don't think it's not as glass cannon as Josh's.
Absolutely.
Josh's team by a good stretch. I just think Guy's team's talent is just way deeper, and it's not quite firing on all cylinders. Versus Josh is kind of firing on all cylinders in some ways, or Kestner. That's why I don't love the team as much, but it's still like I still like the team. I have it at 2.
Absolutely.
Like to me, like if we were to tier it, like I think like Kestner and you Guy are like the top of the top. Josh is kind of at a tier of his own, like just a little bit, just tad bit down. Santos is kind of a tier of his own, and then there's kind of everybody else.
Yeah.
That's why, like Luke, you jumped 3 spots in my rankings because it's like, well, you're still in the same tier, but like I guess I like you up more. I like the roster more than everybody else in the tier,
right?
Which is all the same tier, but like so. Not yes, it's kind of all the same to me. So, like, yeah, and then Mark's like it's everybody else, and then it's Mark, and then it's just like down
the league, 50 foot of crap, and then there's Mark down the bottom. There you go. So rankings: 12-1. Mark, Justin, Ben, JT, Sam, Luke, Jacob, Ken, Santos, Josh, Guy, and Kestner. Matchups of the week, boys. Are we excited about any of them? I'm looking at them right now. Santos versus Josh should be really good. Without Amon-Ra, maybe
Kestner
not as good.
versus Ken could be
Kestner versus Ken.
Yeah,
should be really fun.
That's one. Yeah.
I got a bold prediction. I think Sam beats JT by 25 points.
Ooh.
Who's
Oh yeah.
JT's projected to win right now, but there you go. There you go, Sam. There's my shout out. I like the team. All right, well, Guy, it's been a pleasure. Always love having you on.
Enjoyed it. So next time I lose next year, you can hand me back.
Yeah. We'll get you
That'll be the bit every year.
Heaven forbid you lose week 1. It's going to be a disaster. All right. Well, I think that's all we got for today. Thanks for coming on, Justin, as always. Thank you, sir. And let's get out of here. Goodbye, everybody.
All right. Thanks for having me, guys. See ya.
Absolutely.